at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Hari Bol.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhaktivinoda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhaktivinoda.
So we're still in that Yamaraj instructs his messengers. We've been in this chapter for at least 2 weeks, maybe a week, about a week. Yeah. I love this chapter. I like so many chapters in these books. It's just so great. These stories, man, there's so much truth in them. Yeah. So let's see where we were. Yeah, so anyway, we had to, I'll just read the last part of this verse. The entire world is controlled by him, by the Lord, by God. See, just as a bull is controlled by a rope in its nose. Case closed. You don't have to, oh, they're doing this. See, you get into the external thing and not into the internal truth. And so that's where and it's getting, today I just know, boy, they're really amping everything up, man. Oh, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. With the coronavirus and all this and this, and there's a big buzz. You talk all day long. Gets you away from this truth here. The Lord isn't doing all this stuff. So, text 13. Just as a driver of a bullock cart ties ropes through the nostrils of his bulls to control him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead binds all men through the ropes of his words in the Vedas, which set forth the names and activities of the distinct orders of society, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra. In fear, these members of these orders all worship the Supreme Lord by offering him presentations according to their respective activities. Okay? In fear. See? So fear of going to hell, fear because of shame, feeling ashamed, feeling guilt, being, and that's the beginning. If you don't, if you don't do that,
oh my God.
Yeah. So in fear, the members of these orders all worship the Supreme Lord by offering him presentations according to their respective activities, offering the results of their activities. So that's that level, the Vaidhi Bhakti level. Right? So, purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. In this material world, everyone is conditioned regardless of who he is. One may be a human being, a demigod, an animal, tree, or plant, but everything is controlled by the laws of nature. And behind this natural control is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So you see, the Yamadutas, they went to take Ajamil away because he wasn't following the system very well. And he was a Brahmin even. See, he wasn't engaged in that. They thought, oh, you see, if we don't follow this system of Varnashram Dharma, then this is meant to keep us from being sinful, acting sinfully. Okay, so it's at least, more or less. Okay, so we stay out of trouble. Okay, but Ajamil wasn't following. He was a Brahmin and didn't follow what he was supposed to do. And he went against the principles of religion. See? And so the Yamadutas thought he was under Yamaraj's grip there. So behind, but everything is controlled by the laws of nature, and behind this natural control is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is confirmed. Okay, yeah, let's see. Everything is controlled by the laws of nature. Laws of nature. And so, yeah. So what is our nature? Is it a Brahmin? Is it a Sudra? Is it a Brahmin? Is it a Sudra? Is it, what is it, Kshatriya or Vaishya? What is our nature? But yet, is it really our nature? Or is it conditioned nature? This is when Lord Chaitanya, he said to his guru, he's made this statement somewhere, I forgot exactly where. He said, I'm not a Brahmin, I'm not a Kshatriya, I'm not a Shudra, I'm a servant of the Lord. See? So, yeah, in our conditioned nature, you begin to serve, you offer this and you offer this, you offer some presentation. Okay? See? And later on, you offer beautiful words to the Lord, and it starts with chanting the name of ecstasy. And when ecstasy starts to arise, then the prayers start to arise. See, the prayers from your heart. You ever feel that when you're chanting and ecstasy starts to arise? You start to feel really grateful to the God, and all. That's a prayer. See, now you're getting, this is spontaneous devotional service. You start to feel God. You start to feel very grateful, very surrendered, very appreciative, and all kinds of things start to come. These are the presentations that the Lord is looking. They're presentations from the Spirit, come from the Spirit. Okay? So that's what that's the zone we're going for here. See, that kind of spontaneous worship. It comes from a very deep place inside that we can't, otherwise it's just kind of external. And the Lord says, okay, very nice, you're starting your process externally. Yeah, I worked really hard. Here you go. Here's some of the offering. Because the Vedas say to do it, and I gotta, I want to do it because I don't want to go to hell. I gotta give something, Ever notice they do this in church out of guilt? Oh man, you should sow because, it's going to be, you got to sow into this, give your presentation of money. And usually there's motive behind that, and try to make people feel guilty and stuff.
Do it in front of everyone.
Oh, yeah. And then bring out with the guys with the baskets and everybody's looking. How much are they putting in?
Blackmail.
Make sure everybody's looking. So you put in a nice... yeah. So anyway, that's what it is. Yeah. But this spontaneous worship, once the Lord is engaging us in this and gives us this gift, by associating with devotees who worship like that, oh man, this is nothing like it. Just from the heart. The Lord's looking for that. He likes to work there. And the devotees it's like after you worship the Lord like that, external worship doesn't do anything. It's just like, what is this? It's empty. Yeah. So, the material nature is working under my direction and producing all moving and non-moving beings. Thus, Krishna is behind the natural machine which works under his control. Apart from other living entities, the living being in the human form of body is systematically controlled by Vedic injunctions in terms of divisions of Varna and Ashram. When people study this book like this is what they hone in on. I noticed this. I was listening to classes, and they're reading this. And this is where they stop at this level. They don't relate it to the next platform. So it's always about, talking about Varna, and then the whole discussion becomes, and not like a jumping off place to the next platform. It's all, let's just talk about Varnashram Dharma. You see, the rules, regulation. See? So, but devotees actually on a spontaneous level, when they're preaching, like Shuddha Bhakti principles, they don't stop here. They start here. Just like Vedavyas, the Bhagavatam started here. And then Vedavyas, he wrote all these Vedas and all this stuff, and then he wasn't satisfied. He wanted to, why am I not satisfied? Then the ecstatic devotee comes, Narada Muni, and says, yeah, now you'll get more ecstatic when you talk more about the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his more intimate truths, instead of sitting there and talking about his rules and regulations and the Vedas and the Varna and Ashram, because it's still material, even though it's in the mode of goodness, but it's not ecstatic. It's not an ecstatic topic. Okay? But it can become ecstatic if you start here, like we're doing here, and bring it, how is it related to spontaneous devotion? It's like a diving board. You got to have the board to dive into the water, right? To do a nice swan dive, Swan, you jump off that board. And that we're doing. We don't just stay on the board. We go and bounce off it and go a nice swan dive into the water of spontaneous devotional service. Shuddha Bhakti topics. See? Not stay in there. And that people, if you look at that, you'll see how that works. And it's not the fault of the speakers. They just can't go above the level that they're at in their consciousness. Therefore, they even have to be with a Shiksha Guru who can draw them onto the next platform. It's like, okay, you're here, Vaidhi Bhakti, Varnashram Dharma, here you go. The next platform, Shuddha Bhakti. So how can you go in consciousness up there artificially? You just, you can't do it. Even if you try to do it, like if you go right to the Goswami books or Caitanya-caritāmṛta books, where they're kind of right there in that zone. Yeah. All you can do is you can just read the verses like a parrot and speculate on what you think they mean, but it's not spiritual. It's all speculation. Yeah, look at me. I see the false ego is up in there. See, I read Caitanya-caritāmṛta. I give classes on it and all that. But you can't taste it. That's what it's about. You got to taste these verses. Okay. So a human being is expected to follow the rules and regulations of Varna Ashram, otherwise he cannot escape punishment of Yamaraj. So when people study the Vedas, or they're taught by their family or gurus and all this, they say, well, you can't escape the punishment, so you better follow them, because otherwise you're going to go to like a hell. It's kind of hellish to get punishment. Isn't it hellish to get spanked? Say if the father brings that, isn't that like hell? Or would that be heaven, to be spanked by your father?
Which father?
It was a trick question. Advaitacharya was spanked. He was beaten.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he didn't just get spanked. He got beaten with the fists of Lord Chaitanya. He was in ecstasy. Yeah, but if you're not on a spontaneous platform, you don't worship in ecstatic love, don't expect to be feeling good about the punishment of the Lord. That's a very see. This is why the devotees, they even back then and even now, especially because when you get punished by the guru, you wonder, why is he doing this? This is unfair, completely unfair. It might be materially unfair, but it's not. It's part of the process of moving on. Getting purified.
What should I do for you to chat? What can I spit in your coffee or something? Maybe I should do something like that.
Well, you want some? Oh, good, thank you.
You want some?
Oh, don't worry about that. You don't have to. No, you're doing plenty. I already have things I've been holding back.
Oh.
Thank you for the go-ahead. I'll take
done?
that as Krishna. Hey, don't worry. You don't have to spit in the coffee. No problem.
What have I done?
No, don't worry about it, man. It's all lined up for you, man. I'm just waiting for the okay, the go-ahead. Thank you, Krishna. All right, we got it all lined up.
I can hardly wait.
You wish you never said that. Ask Rangaleka.
Oh.
Yeah. So the point is, so Ajamil didn't follow these rules, right? So, the Yamaduta said, hey man, he should be punished, right? So they went out and grabbed him. So the point is that every human being is expected to elevate himself to the position as a Brahman, the most intelligent man. See? Expected to elevate himself. And that is the path most people are taking. Well, this is our jumping on. Okay, Prabhupada said this, the Vedas say this, Yamaraj said this. But what is the purport of this is where we start.
Here we go.
Yeah. See, so yeah, it is the duty for the person to elevate himself, because people are fruitive and they're in the modes of nature. So they got to start to work for their salvation. See, elevate themselves to the mode of goodness. That means a lot of discipline. You try to go from passion to goodness. That means discipline. That means regulation. That means vigilance. That means, you got willpower. Stuff like that. So yeah, and Prabhupada taught that. Yeah, man, get up. You get in that temple, man. 3 o'clock in the morning, somebody, temple commander, get up! No, I don't want to get up. Get up! You have to have a little help too. These Vaidhi Bhakti coaches. Get up, do the program. You know the drill. So anyway, forcing people, and after a while they, oh yeah, I can, more, get up. So anyway, it's a discipline, and you got to work. See, it's your duty to work for this. See, work. Now the next platform is realizing that, wow, man, it's a lot of work, and I don't know if I can make it. And I don't know, I'm not getting a lot of it says you should be enthusiastic doing these things, and a lot of times a lot of people aren't enthusiastic because it's still material. Okay? So anyway, that's the journey into the Varnashram Dharma and mode of goodness. But Lord Chaitanya came. If that was all it was supposed to be, people were more or less doing that. But you couldn't get the desired result, and certainly not quickly. The desired result is loving God from your heart, man. Having your heart awaken where it is your nature to love God effortlessly. Without endeavor, spontaneously. And that's what the Lord came to give. Okay? And that's all you have to do is, when the Lord comes to give this, and he comes through the devotees, or as the devotees too, in that form, is accept it. Accept their association and hear these nice, blissful, ecstatic classes. And come and hear and get purified, and then stuff starts to come out. Like him, right? You notice the stuff coming out a little bit. This is stuff. He's getting ecstatic. He's excited, but things are coming out. Are you feeling cleansed? Yes or no? Cleansed, a little cleaning.
Capital Y, yes.
Capital Y, yes. See, just by what? Hearing, sitting up close, hearing, cleansing. See, did that take any effort for you to clean yourself here?
Me, I couldn't do jack shit.
Yeah, you're just sitting here, right? See, and this is what Jesus told in that pastime of Martha and Mary. You know that famous pastime? Martha's out there working to serve, working, and Mary's just sitting in front of Jesus listening. And Martha says, hey man, she should be out doing all this work, man, moving around and all this. And she's just sitting there listening to his vibration, his consciousness is she's just taking it in. And Martha complained and everything. And what did Jesus say? Oh, no, she's doing the better thing, man. She's listening with attention. See? Oh, that won't be taken away from her. You just go, do your work and stuff, because that's what you need to do and want to do. And, but Mary, see, that's her interest. And that's that's the better thing, actually, if you can do it. But a lot of people can't do it. So therefore, that's what Krishna says. If you're not interested in the topics, if you don't like to chant the holy name, and you're not feeling taste and all that, well, serve the devotee. Serve the mission. Go around, run around a little bit. At least you're close. At least you're engaged. And you get purified. And gradually, by being in the energy field of the devotees, you're getting purified, and then you'll just naturally become more attracted. You become settled down. See? So that was Prabhupada's idea. Is people, they were passionate. Okay, you got them to work, do emergency work. I mean, they were emergency services, and they were, into it, man. All-nighters they were doing and all that stuff. And they're getting gradually purified. But, he was only around for a while. Mm. And he was doing books and traveling around, meeting all kinds of different devotees, and didn't have time. A lot of devotees who were around then, they barely met him. Maybe they didn't even meet him. So there needs to be interaction for this deeper stuff. Okay? So that's the deeper stuff is you just listen, you hear, and you're just drawn into the deeper truths. Hey, like how many people think that this varnashram dharma and this level is what we're supposed to do and always supposed to do? They're thinking like that. And if anybody gets to the point and think, God, is there something more? Then all you do is you listen to a devotee, and they, in all that 40 years of thinking that that's all in all, is finished. You thought, oh, God, I just went to one class and I was ready to listen, and I listened to the devotee, and he told me it was not all about our varnashram dharma, and he proved it to me, and in 40 years I couldn't figure it out. This is Janaki's idea. This is Johan's. They've been reading again and again and again. They couldn't figure it out after reading Prabhupada's books 4 or 5 times. And boom, I just explained it. It's not me. It's like Prabhupada said, I didn't write these books. It's the Lord doing this, dictating these things. The same thing here. It's the Lord dictating. He shows me these things. See, and I show them to my students, and it becomes highly purifying. It gets them from being misdirected to being redirected on the right path. Yeah. See, being redirected on the right path. Okay? So that's what you get. That's why this is where it gets to be. This is called the gravy train. See? It's all gravy, man. Or the icing on the cake. See? This is it. And so it becomes very natural and very easy to make spiritual advancement. And the hardest part is the purification, man. The hardest part is this shit coming out. Isn't it? Mm. Isn't that the hardest part of this? All the stuff coming up and out. And the action, it comes out with people, and that's the little troublesome stuff. But once the more it's out, the more ecstatic you get. Like, you guys did a little thing there, and then you did that class. It was wonderful. Mm. You started chanting. And that's what I noticed. The more stuff I went through, and the more ecstatic I got afterwards. It's just part of it. It just seems like it's like a trouble thing, but it's on its way out. A lot of people, they just get, the trouble is back and forth, action, reaction, action, reaction. Never gets resolved. That's like trying to, you try to get over your problems in some other way instead of this way, which is permanent. See, because this is permanent because, action and reaction is the energy people live on. You got to start living on the transcendental potency, man. You got to live on a higher platform of life. Because people are living off of this drama. The drama of the world. It's a ras. We got to learn to live off the drama of Radha and Krishna. And Lord, that kind of drama. Transcendental. It's like a new life. The pastimes of the Lord, the politics of Radha and Krishna. There's politics here, politics of Radha and Krishna, politics in the temple, right? Well, you got to transcend that into the politics of Radha and Krishna. I used to write stuff about this, because I started to see this. I said, yeah, there's politics in Vrindavan too. And it's wonderful. It's ecstatic. It's playful. Has a wonderful result. They try to elect the president of Vrindavan, who is really who is the controller of Vrindavan, who is the one in charge of Vrindavan. They got, some people say Radha, some people say Krishna. Cowherd boys are all rooting for Krishna, right? And the gopis are all rooting for Radharani, but not all. Some of the cowherd boys, they're kind of on Radharani's side, and they got a little this, and they have all these like double dealing sometimes. All this crap that goes on in the world that causes problems and weird stuff going on there, but it's great. It's fun, it's playful, and it's part of the pastimes. Okay? That's why we got to transcend this world. See? Not deny it. Not beat it up. Transcend. Like that movie, Transcendence. We'll transcend this. The problem with the movie, they transcend to what? There was nothing to transcend to. Here we're transcending to Vrindavan. Where are you going to transcend your problems to a psychologist or a psychiatrist? Transcend to what? Oh, well, normality. We're going to make you normal. Oh, what is normal? Like me. I'm all full of shit, and I just talk all these words. You're going to become like me, normal, bullshitter, liar, cheater, deceitful, God. Full of crap.
Oh my God, it's so true. Oh my God. What do we want? Change. What kind of change?
Yeah, you got to transcend, man.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, transcend.
United Nations.
Yeah. It's just like, this guy, that Lipton guy, Bruce Lipton, was talking about, people are talking. They're talking, but inside they're covering up what's going on inside. Inside is something different. They're not congruent with their feelings. See, because it's not supposed to in this world. You gotta. There's only certain things that are acceptable. And you're not going to get what you want if you're in with, if you're inside a miserable bastard, you got to act like you're a nice guy and a happy person.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
If inside, stuff like that. See, so people that are more real, they don't like, this is like, that's not normal. That's not acceptable. That's why I kind of like Trump in a sense, because the guy is who he is, man. But he's inside, he doesn't, and these psychologists hate it. No, he's not double dealing like us, man. This one psychologist criticized, and he was seething. He was so full of anger and hatred, and he was going, I'm an authority because I got a PhD and all. But inside that container of that external it was full of crap, man. I thought, my God, this guy is hateful and angry, critical and miserable guy, and he's covering it all up with his credentials. That's what friggin' people do. They cover everything up with their credentials or their external, how they're dressed, or how many stamps of votes of approval they got. It's always outside, not inside. Okay? Devotees, it's like Jesus said, all you Pharisees, you're looking for the approval of men outside. See, your friends, you want to befriend them, and you want to kiss their ass, and you want to do all these things to get their approval. But a prophet goes for the approval of God, and nobody knows what that is. Yeah. That you have to have God as your friend to know that is more important than anything. Okay? Telling the truth, man, where you can lose your life, or your credentials, or you'll be excommunicated. See, that's a person who goes for the approval of God. See, that is more important to a real devotee than a million persons approving of them in this world. See, that's devotees, man. That's what our Vedas teach. That was Sudama Brahman, man. There's a whole kingdom. He was a real devotee. He was a real friend of Krishna, man. He knew Krishna in truth. And there was a whole kingdom of Pundraka followers, man. False Krishna, false devotees. And they were trying to get him to worship. No way, that guy is a false god.
Oh,
I ain't going to worship that bastard. I mean, that
I didn't know
person.
That.
I said, no. I ain't going to worship him. He's false, man. Those are false arms he's got there.
And then he went to see Krishna in Dwarka, wasn't it?
Yeah, he went to Krishna and Dwarka, and because he was his friend, he could do it. See? And anyway, the moral of the story is he became more important. His king, the Lord just gave him a kingdom spontaneously. It was more influential, better, bigger, greater, more influence than Pundraka.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
Are you reading questions and quotes and comments?
Yes, I'll get to it.
I don't know.
What do you want to know? I'm
something.
just looking right now.
I want to say something.
No, you sit there and see. No, go ahead. Say something. What do you want to say?
It exactly happened to me on when I was on Bigo, right? The first time on Bigo, basically you're in someone's fucking sitting room, living room, and you feel like you're a guest. You don't want to impose on them. So you try to give them supreme truth, but instead of giving them, you water it down. You mix it so they can accept it, and you just feel so horrible afterwards.
Yeah, well, see, that's what you've been doing, and that's not good. That's why I say better to just cut this shit out.
And that's what you're saying. If you try and be somebody's friend, you ain't gonna fucking get anywhere.
No.
You just be straight. Yeah.
Well, see, again, you got to be purified and empowered, because we're not working on a material level. This is an empowered level. That's why you got to get the mercy of a devotee that's plugged into that. We can't artificially do it. Yeah. So you got to just, it comes again by hearing, and you see, the devotees are like that, and they teach you what a devotee is like. That people, they see, Sudama is the example. Sudama is the example of a devotee, of how that's the role model, but nobody points that out. They say, no, the role model is religion, is a religious person that's using politics, material ass kissing, getting external votes and all that. That's the role model. See, no, the role model is Sudama, who had everybody against him and preached the truth. The truth was, Pundraka was not bona fide. Just like here, you got to I do the same thing. I say, hey man, if you gurus out there, I don't care who the hell you are. I don't care about the etiquettes now. We're not into that. We're into truth. There's no time, man. Coronavirus is after your ass, man. Not only that, but all kinds of bullshit's going on here, man. There's no time for this, man. If the truth is, if you gurus out there in ISKCON, Gaudiya Samiti don't have ecstatic love, you cannot deliver anybody. You are a false god to your disciples. Just and because you are giving people a false god. Because you're speculating. Only those devotees who worship the Lord with loving ecstasy, real, spontaneous, ecstatic devotion, have the right understanding to deliver you and give you God, because God delivers you. God's the proper conception, the pure conception of the absolute truth delivers you. But you got to have that spirit of bhakti, otherwise you cannot ascertain it. All you are is an ass without the entertaining part of it. Okay, you got to be an ascertainer of the absolute truth. Otherwise, you're just the ass part.
Wow.
Now that is conclusive.
No, that's fucking...
That's deep, isn't it?
That's revelation right there. Ascertain.
Krishna, where do we come up with this stuff, man? Ascertain. We need the full conception. Ascertaining the truth and not asinining it. There's ascertaining and asinine. See, so, yeah, I mean, the book is clear and self-evident, but who can pick up the book, the real book? See, you gotta, if we worship the Lord with loving ecstasy, and that's the whole point here, is to get people to the ecstatic platform, awaken that. If you believe these so-called crazy talks here, which are just telling you what's in a book, you can all check it. You can see it. Guru is not somebody that's an ass-kisser, that gets group votes, man. No, it's a person who stands for the truth, stands with the real Krishna. Yeah, that's it, man. Because and they are empowered to do it. No one can do it on their own. You have to get the association of a devotee empowered to do that, and then you become empowered to do that. Isn't that what works here? Isn't that why devotees are getting empowered here? Because they get it. They're following the real process. Even Jesus Christ, 11 persons, they had to be empowered to stand up for the truth. Because until the Spirit was given, they couldn't do it. Maya is too strong. But when the Spirit is given, and like here, it's being given pretty quick, people are standing up, man. You're standing up and saying right there on Facebook Live, all kinds of just truth, 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 man. And everybody else, well, they shouldn't be saying that because that's not normal. It's not normal to just say, the truth, man. We know, it's all about externals. It's all about, oh, give me mercy, Guru Dev. Do you have ecstatic love? Don't even ask the question. That's not even irrelevant, man. See? But those who want to know the truth, they have to know all these things. Like, hey, man, what's inside the container of a guru? Is ecstatic love in there? Are you okay? Is this good? It's good stuff? Yeah. Yeah, is there devotion in there? Well, I don't know. We never thought about that as a standard. We thought we came up in our meetings that this checklist would be the standard. Now you coming up with, we're not agreeing with that. That's not. Where did you get that opinion? Well, I got it from the doggone book! Prabhupada's book! Well, where do you see that? Well, let me tell you. No, don't tell us. We don't want to hear. I don't blame you. Yeah. So anyway, the whole point of our Sangha here is to take people to the point of ecstatic devotion, to those who are ready. But you got to understand the truth. Truth will set you free. Otherwise, hey, if you don't believe what I'm saying here, if I don't come and convince you and show you in the book that what I'm saying is actually true, what are you going to believe if you're a follower of Krishna? You're going to believe those guys out there. See, those guys whose opinions differs from mine. See? You got to find the great personality who is great because Krishna makes them so, and wants to make everybody out there great if you follow the real process. Because he gives that. Forgot my point. What was that speaking?
Checklist bastards.
Checklist stuff, yeah.
Ecstasy.
Yeah.
Does your guru have ecstasy? Oh, we don't have to.
Yeah, anyway, to go deeper. So you got to go deeper by association. Yeah, that's the main point. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you don't believe, so if you don't believe in the opinion of a self-realized soul, they're self-realized because they have the right understanding. They have the right understanding. See, it's very logical. It's just 1 plus 1 equals 2 plus 1 equals 3, right? We can add here, see? So if you don't have the association of a self-realized soul, see, 1, see? association, see, who tells you the truth too, and you believe the truth because they don't want you to blindly believe it. Especially if you believe in Prabhupada's books, that's why he wrote them. There are people been reading them for 40 years, and they say, well, we believe in Prabhupada's books. Oh yeah, well, here's the test. Here's what's in Prabhupada's books. Do you believe it? No! Okay, you failed the test. Failed! Because it's right there. No, we believe in something else. Oh yeah? Okay. So, see, that's why we have Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. The problem is there's not a lot of sadhus out there. There's a lot of ass-kissers. There's a lot of persons who strive for the position because they have material motive. They want a friggin' job as a guru. There's all of that stuff out there. A lot of people believe in them, right? So you got no friggin' sadhus. We made the sadhus here because the Lord empowered us to make sadhus. See? And we got to show that they're saying, yeah, Gaurahari's guru, right? I couldn't find anybody out there. Because the Lord had to empower it. Prabhupada came and said, yeah, okay, now preach and show what Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra is. So when you got a real guru, this is the slam dunk of it all, man. Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. I think all those persons in all those sanghas will agree. It's all about Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. And the whole problem why ecstatic love is not in this world until now is because Guru has not been here and Sadhu has not been here and the poor old Shastra has been standing alone. Don't you feel sorry for these Shastras? They've been standing here crying out to everybody, and nobody has heard her cry until now. Now, the cry is heard. Now we have Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Okay? Guru, Sadhu. So that's what this Prabhupada and Krishna and is empowering our Sangha to show what is Guru, Sadhu. So everybody's saying, oh, well, we're saying Gaurahari is Guru because he's proving to us through the Shastra that it's right. And not only because of that, not only by the Shastra, but our experience. We're starting to experience a revolution in our lives, like the book says you're supposed to do when you find a real Guru. See? Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. So you prove out there, any gurus out there, any teachers out there, any PhDs out there in Vaishnavism, you prove that you are functioning according to what you are believing, Guru and Sadhu and Shastra. If you have Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra together, you know what you're going to have? A revolution in this world. You're going to have ecstatic devotion in this world. See, they had that with Jesus, man. He was Guru, wasn't he? And he had the Shastra. He brought out the real meaning of those Shastras, of the Bible even. Okay? And he had sadhus. He had 11 of them believed in him. See, and they became especially so, and witnesses when they got the Spirit, when they were really purified and Bhakti awakened in them. See, then they could stand up and for the truth better. So that's my experience. My preaching did not become fruitful, even though ecstatic love was there, until I could understand this kind of thing, the Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, and realize that I just had to preach from the book, and that Krishna would draw people at some point. Because I preached for years and people were coming and going sometimes because they just, and I had to go wade through these people that, so-called. Yeah. So anyway, we got to this point where it's Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. See? And so I just preached, had the book, and then eventually people that really want Krishna have come. It don't have to be anything special. Don't have to be a big sannyasi or anything. It looks like a lot of big sannyasis aren't coming. Do we have any big sannyasis here? No. We have more followers who are just wanted Krishna and Radha. Usually big sannyasis in this nowadays, they must want something else. Otherwise, why wouldn't they want this? Yeah. So Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. And so now it's proving that we do have Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra because people are getting the result of Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, which is devotion. A progressive progress towards the ultimate goal of life, which is love of God. See, and people, you can feel, am I making progress faster than I did before? Well, when you have Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra together, you do. If you have the Shastra and you don't have Guru, see, I mean, a real Guru who understands the Shastra by revelation because of their love of God, then the result doesn't come. It's just, just pray for the mercy. Someday you'll get a real Guru who has love of God. And then they'll teach you the real Shastra, see, by the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat. See, the mellows of devotion are instilled in your heart. See, you become a real sadhu. See, verse 98 through 100, Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Adi Lila, about the real spiritual master. See, they're the door to bhakti. That's why we spend all this time on, again and again, and from this angle, that angle. If people don't get it, they don't come in. You can't just jump. They want to just jump onto rasa, tattva, and everything. You don't know who is the real guru. Therefore, you don't understand the deeper side of the Shastra. It's all kinds of more or less speculation. Yeah. See, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. And that's that way that we have Sangha that way. See, that's why this is a devotional community growing here. Isn't it amazing? Because we have Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. And this community is more powerful than any community I've seen. I've been in the few. I've been to India numerous times. At least 25 times I've been to India. Living there sometimes for 3 years. And seeing many things. Looking for communities. I've never seen anything like this. Have you? This kind of potency? Have you? Have you seen anything?
No, fuck. How?
Yeah. And there's just a few of us right now. Because it's very powerful. You got the truth behind us. We got real, true chit knowledge that agrees with the book and ecstasy, real bhakti. See? So and then people who believe in it. So it's very powerful. So I think that's good enough for tonight because it's getting a little bit late, 7:30 already. My voice too. I'm getting rested up. Yeah. So we have more hearing chanting tomorrow. Are you guys already looking forward to tomorrow? I am, man. Get enough rest, go in the corner.
Go in the corner? Oh, yeah. Freshen up.
Freshen up.
Some ice packs.
Put the ice packs on. Get ready for more battling the illusion tomorrow. Not even a battle. It's fun, isn't it? Fun to find out what illusions are blocking our way. All right. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
no comments or questions from folks?
oh yeah. Let's see. Any comments or questions? I'm sorry. I'll check it out. Let's see.
Any glorifications?
You are killing again my false ego today. Really?
Is that Tuka?
What did I do?
Is that Tuka?
No, that's Sachi.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, killing your false ego? Sorry about that. Spontaneous. It's all good, though. Yeah, I thought I should nurture your false ego.
Oh.
Should give you, what do you call, warm regards to the false ego. Anyway, if it's happening, then it's Krishna's arrangement, so. Till tomorrow, yes, till tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Jesus
Jai
Christ.
Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
Jai Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and Jai everybody that's...
Jai everybody.
Well, let me finish, man.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Jai everybody that's involved in devotional service. It's everybody, even they think like we're not appreciating the service of others. No, well, we're just teaching the deeper principles, and it just, has to be done. It has to be done. And because we got to know the truth. Otherwise, what if I'm nice? Say if I was nice. Oh, you know, those guys, all glories to your service, Prabhu. You're doing so great up there. And you know, according to their level, maybe they are, but you know, we're here to finish it. You know, and otherwise, we're beating around the bush. Truth is truth. It's no respecter of the persons. And so this is Shuddha Bhakti teaching. Are you, amen, are you a real guru now? Say, can you deliver your disciples? Otherwise, there's hypocrisy there. Otherwise, you're leading people on. See, if you have disciples coming, oh, Guru Dev, deliver me, and you don't have ecstatic love, how can you cannot deliver them. You can help them a little bit, but not very well. Okay? So the point is now, deliverance is here. Prabhupada has ordered deliverance here now. If you're not up the standard that we're preaching, then why not take advantage of that standard yourself? Otherwise, if you can't, then there's some blindness there, and that blindness will be in your disciples. Do you want to be blind? Do you want them to be blind? You want to be the blind leading the blind. So that's the point here. I'm not here because I'm angry and I hate people. I hate, resentful. No, we're here for the truth, man. We're here to bring people back to Godhead in this life. Who wants to go? All you have to do is accept the truth. Is this honest what we're doing here? Am I just saying the real guru has love of God like the book says? To those, they have the right understanding. Isn't the real guru that has the best understanding, has the right understanding to find their way back home like the book says? Bhagavad-Gita 10:10. Isn't that the real guru? Isn't that the one that has any real intelligence awakened should be looking for? Don't you want to have a guru that has the right understanding? But that's only a person who has unalloyed love of God. Loving ecstasy, you can't love God unless you are a pure devotee that has gotten that mercy. So is that honest, that what we're doing? Just saying if you're not in that position, you're leading your disciples on. If they believe, give me mercy. You don't have any mercy to give on the Shuddha Bhakti level. You know, a person said, give me mercy. What mercy do you want? You want to be delivered, right? You want salvation. You want to go into the spiritual world. Well, only a guru who has an intimate relationship with God can do that. That's all we're saying. People misunderstand me. They don't know I'm just trying to help. Don't you feel sorry for a guy like me? Lord, why won't they listen? Well, I know why. Jesus knew why too. Full of crap, man.
And Prabhupada knew too.
Prabhupada knew also, man. That's why he didn't speak all these things that we speak, man.
Yeah. Take him out too. Do you know that prayer he wrote on the boat over to America? He says, God, how can I make them understand?
Yeah.
You know, even though he set up ISKCON and had all those books, he probably still sat in it from going.
Yeah, it was a miracle because they were in mode of passion and ignorance. How can I bring them up to goodness, he's thinking. You know, because, you know, that was the natural step there. And he was inspired to do that. Hey, can you imagine him going over there and saying, oh, I think we'll just bring you up. You don't know anything about Krishna. We'll just bring you to Shuddha Bhakti platform. You just start laughing and crying, man, without any knowledge of the books or any foundation. It was ridiculous. But after 50 years, or would it be 40, he came and said, okay, now, yeah, go ahead, do it.
Time is ripe for the harvest.
Self-mockery. See, unprecedented and the best entertainment blockbuster. Yeah, you got to be a little entertaining here. It is, you know. Anyway, you know, it is what it is. Anyways, it's we'll see you tomorrow. Rest my voice a little bit. Hare Krishna.